I don't know. I'd like to see more about it.
I really want to see what 4 is. What is a 4 is a graphical.
You know, I really don't think the graphical changes are going to be that impressive. Like, we could notice them with the previous console jumps, but this one's just going to be like, yeah, it's not really going to make that much of a difference.
I hear what you're saying, but here's how I equate. This is my logic. My logic is Battlefield on console versus Battlefield on PC. That's the difference that you can see. When you look at them side by side, you can instantly see which one's the PC version, because it's running on the top of the line PC. Got all the graphical bells and whistles. If they can take Forza 4, have some new tracks, put some more polys in the cars, but add some like really graphical effects to it, that would just be.
Sean, what do you think of this whole installation thing?
Well, you got installed. It doesn't bother me that much. The only ones that bother me is always on Kinnect, and I personally don't like this whole 24 hours and crap. Everything else doesn't bother me as much as everyone else does.
I think as far as the game installs, I think as long as most games allow you to dump it right, put the game in, start the install, but then allow you to start playing it right away while the rest of the game installs, I don't think you'll hear too much complaint. I think if you have to do PlayStation 3 route and install the whole damn game.
Did you ever watch what you call it? Guy's name on my head. Rage guys that work for Rooster Teeth now.
Software?
No, it's the guy that does the Rage videos for Rooster Teeth now. I forgot what he does. What's his name again? All he does is bitch about games.
Oh. I know who you're talking about.
Angry Joe?
No.
Oh, so that's the name of the show that he does. Rage Gamer?
Rage Quit.
Rage Quit, thank you. Yeah, Rage Quit. He was showing Resistance 3 for the PS3. So he got the game. He had to, once he did it, he had to, I think he had to install a patch. So he had to install a 2 gig patch, which took like a half hour. Then he had to install it, which took an extra 10 minutes. Then he got to play the game. He had to install the fucking game, which took an extra 10 minutes. And then after that, he had to put in a code to be able to play the damn game online. And then it had to download another patch. It's like it took him like almost 45 minutes to start playing the damn game.
Well, that's how it is these days.
And I think one of the ways they alleviate that is by, I don't care how, like, you can't escape this. If you want not to be able to do those things, you like, look, this is too much of a pain for me, you need an always online console because it's going to install all those patches in the background. It's going to do it while the box is off. It's going to do it while the box is on. That's going to be what's eliminated.
But don't you think that they're also eliminating many consumers that don't have online privileges and don't have internet access at all? Or even...
What's the risk they're willing to take?
This is true.
You got to realize, like I was watching a video about that. It's not like Microsoft or Sony thought, Sony does it. Not like they thought, sat around the table thinking, what can we do for the people that don't have this new experience for us to be able to... I mean, it's like, look at the Xbox, the HD to standard def, and people got pissed off. But yeah, now literally everyone, people got pissed off at next Xbox. But everyone's getting mad about the internet. But you can read it. The 360 only has HDMI out. That's the only one it's coming with. And everyone's like, well, yeah, everyone should have a TV now. It's not that expensive. But I'm like, you guys don't find that bullshit, but the whole internet thing is bullshit? I don't understand that.
The way I view it is this. Most people play multiplayer games. If you don't have an internet connection, you can't play that multiplayer game. Now, you can still buy Halo 4 on single player. I'd be connected online and just play the campaign. I get that part. Thing is, with the way things are going now, either you're going to get an internet connection or you're going to be shit out of luck. That's just it. You're going to have an internet connection, or you won't advance with the time. Just like the original Xbox when they said we're not going to PS2 route. Every Xbox will need broadband connection. Huh? We're not doing any dial-up. We're not going to do any dial-up. Everybody said, well, aren't you going to piss off or aren't you going to leave out all the dial-up users? Yes, they will. But eventually, if they want to play, if they want to be part of the game, they're going to get broadband. And that's exactly what happened. We all use broadband now. Nobody uses dial-up anymore. We laugh at it now. 3 years from now, if you don't have broadband, then you're never going to get broadband. That's just how I see it. Like if you don't have broadband 3 years from now, then you don't need to get any content.
The big thing too is if you don't have broadband, what the hell do you have a fucking expensive TV and buying expensive shit if you don't have the internet?
And even TVs are coming with you got these smart TVs that you can plug in the internet right in the back, and that's how they get their features. All their features are cloud based with these TVs. So you know what I mean? It's the same thing. You need a connection.
While I agree with you, and in many points, you make a lot of valid points that are kind of obvious, but you also have to consider the people that live in regions where internet is very subtle, or it's very faint and difficult to come by.
Right, and Microsoft did say that they could make those exceptions for those people. Like, one of the examples that they gave was soldiers. How they're out at sea a lot, and a lot of them they game, like on the submarines and stuff like that, and they just do it offline because they can't get a connection. They said that they can make exceptions for those type of people. So it's not like it's hardwired into the box. It's just that for the normal consumer, they would be required to have an internet connection, but they do that for piracy purposes and identification purposes. But they can also flip that switch for certain boxes, I guess, and make sure that the boxes they have can be offline. I think Don Matrix said that. I think they got a plan for those people.
What do you think of not being able to use games on previous consoles, such as the 360 or original Xbox?
Backwards compatibility.
Yeah, backwards compatibility. Yeah.
I think, like I said, I got hundreds. I got a little under 200 Xbox Live games on the 360.
Oh yeah, that's so, another thing.
I know what you mean.
Why can't they transfer over your arcade?
Here's the thing. They would either have to do the PS3 route when it first launched, which is to put a PS2 right inside the PS3 as well as all the PS3 stuff. And that's exactly what the PS3 was when it first came out. That's why it was $600. Because it basically had a PS2 and a PS3 in one box. Because the whole architecture is different. So that combo is gone now in the new Xbox. You pop an Xbox 360 disc in there, it won't know what's going on because the architecture is totally different. Like I said, the only other way around that would be to do the software way, which is what the original Xbox did when the Xbox 360 came out. You do it through software. But now you're saying every individual game needs to be ported new 360. Like every old game needs to be ported to the new box. And that takes time, so not every game would work day one. They would bring out like a list over time, like, okay, now these games work with the new.
We all know the big ones would be first would probably be Microsoft games.
Yeah, it would be Halo 4, it would be Halo Reach, just like it was with when the Xbox 360 came out. You could play Halo 1 and Halo 2.
You guys think that Microsoft is going to have really, really amazing exclusives to present?
This is what I hope. I really hope that Rare is off the Kinnect stuff and starts working on some games in real hardcore.
Yeah, I do too.
I really hope that. really want to see Conquer. Like, I really want to see Conquer.
You know, I was really hoping for that
I think
too.
they could be a really good franchise because they got guns. They had a multiplayer mode.
Dude, that multiplayer mode was actually extremely popular for like 2 years straight.
Yeah, and it could work. Like, and then they had a. So everybody knows Conquer uses parodies of movies. And then they make.
There's so,
scenes out of it.
you know, now that I think of that,
so many
yeah,
movies
there's
that come out that they could use. It would be funny.
Think of like tens and thousands of jokes that they could use in parodies. Oh, that would be amazing.
It would be hilarious. Like, they could use. They could even use like Halo as well. The obvious one would be Gears of War. They can even use like games. Like, they can use they can give Conquer like a chainsaw, a gun with a chainsaw on it, and like say something funny about that. Like, it's so much material.
Imagine how amazing the multiplayer would be, like on current gen consoles or next gen consoles.
That would be amazing. Like, if they did that right. And Rare already can do graphics. Like, they already know graphics. Even today, like, every game that they put out is graphically amazing. Like, even Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was graphically crazy. So, like, I don't know why they don't bring out a new Conquer. It would fit the Xbox crowd.
Hell yeah. And the Conquer game for the original Xbox, its graphics for the time, I thought it looked more like 360 graphics, even though it was on the original Xbox when it came out in 2005.
Beast, definitely. I think that could work. I don't know if they're working on one. I think Killer Instinct would be. I think Killer.
Rare, that's cool. I guess Rare is gonna show off a historical game at E3.
Yeah, that's right. From that leak, when they showed the games and they had the Rare logo on it. It definitely looked like it.
Hey, they had the Crackdown orb.
Yeah, they had the Crackdown orb. I definitely want to see Crackdown.
Like I said, I swear to God, that's the Halo 2 logo that you showed off too.
Right, so I'm thinking Halo 2 anniversary.
Oh my God!
That would bring back dual wielding, which we haven't seen in a long time.
You would have a nostalgia orgasm.
They're going to work on multiplayer?
You said what?
The question is, do you think they're going to work on the multiplayer as well?
Yeah, I would think they would almost have to, because that was the first Halo that went Xbox Live.
I know, but I don't know. Do you think it might hurt Halo 5 a little bit?
I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think so. The only reason why I don't think so is because they would be on two separate consoles. I don't think they would.
Oh, do you think Halo 2 is going to be an Xbox 360 game?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then if you think like that, then I think it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be Halo 4. I think they're going to use Halo 4 and then make maps.
Yeah, I think if they no, I said that wrong. I think Halo 2 would be an Xbox One. Halo 2 Anniversary would be an Xbox One game. That's what I'm thinking. I think if they did it on the 360, then it would be incorporated with Halo 4's multiplayer. But I don't think it'll be a 360 game. I think it'll be Xbox.
Well, I really do think they're gonna wait like they did last year and make it a 10-year anniversary deal.
I hope they do.
When is the 10-year anniversary? Next year?
Yeah, next year, November of next year.
November of next year. So they can announce it. So they can show it off now as coming out in 2014.
Oh my God! Imagine Halo 2 and next-gen graphics.
Think about it. You're most likely to do the same thing into Halo 1. They'll show off. This is what Halo 2 looks like. And here's Halo 2 on the Xbox One.
That would be even a bigger leap. That would be a crazy leap. That would be.
And then, you know, if they do, I hope to God that they bring back that button so you can switch back and forth.
Right, that would almost be like, they would have to do that. Like, come on, they would have to do that.
I know. I mean, I think people would expect it. Yeah.
What if they added Forge and Theater mode in the new Halo 2 anniversary?
I can see Theater, but I don't see Forge.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I think they would want to. I think they would want to lead the new Forge to a sequel.
I I personally think I think a lot of flaws of Halo 4, like the limitations, I think it's because of 360.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, it's like an 8-year-old console.
Right. So it pissed me off that like in Halo 3, you could go into the theater mode with 3 other people and look at videos, and everybody would see the same frame.
Yeah.
And then in Halo Reach and Halo 4, you can only go in the theater mode with one person. Like, that's
you know why? You remember? You know how many times I remember like I would go theater mode and like my friend had a better connection and we could watch it, and we had to wait in the menu for like at least a good 5 minutes just so we can start watching.
It would be that rotating loading screen.
Yeah, but I really hope Halo 5 is a whole new engine, because Halo 4 was just a modified Halo Reach engine, which was a modified Halo 3 engine, which was a modified Halo 2 engine.
And you know
they got that girl. You know they got the girl. I forget her name. The Asian chick. In charge of the engine.
But you know the
You don't really see her because all she do is she just works on the engine. But she was she started she an old head, but she looked good. And she worked with Carmack for a little bit. She worked on the
oh yeah
stuff. But
well, they have her.
Yeah, they have her, and they got her her husband, I think. But they already started. She's been there for years now, for about a good 3 years now. So she's been working on that engine for a minute. So hopefully,
what annoys me is people keep bringing up, oh yeah, 343 came out, so they hired people that hate Halo to work on it. Like they hired people that hated certain features about Halo. They wanted to help modify and
improve
make it better. Yeah, but everyone's like, no, they need to go back. It's like, well, you're exactly in the same thing, right? If you go work for 343, you are going to go work there because you hate a feature. So you're exactly in the same shoes they're in. So shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, I swear to God, I swear, Halo fans, the Halo fans today are just whiny little bitches.
Well, they're becoming whiny little bitches.
Well, because it's not the original Halo they grew up with. I'm sorry to say, Halo cannot survive being the same game for the fucking 10 years. There's no way in hell. I mean, hell, people say Halo 4 was too different, yet so many websites gave Halo 4 bad score because it was exactly the same game. Like, I played this game before. This is exactly the same game I played before 10 years ago. It's like,
well, you can say that about Call of Duty, and, you know, look how downhill that series.
Well, it is starting to go downhill.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't impressed by
Ghost. Oh God, I cringed when they announced that. I cringed even more when they presented it. It looks.
You know the funny thing is?
I wasn't impressed at all. I think Battlefield cooked that game graphically.
You know the funny thing about that whole game? How they said it's a new engine? Well, they actually came out and said it's not a new engine. It's just they modified it so much it's a new experience. So it's the same engine they've been using in Call of Duty. It's just graphically.
You know, they haven't changed the engine since 2004, 2005, since Call of Duty 2.
Basically. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that was the last time. It was that last bit.
Those greedy bastards.
Was it just me? But my friend said that was the only impressive game. I'm like, actually, is it just me, or did I find that game really disappointing?
No.
And then they showed the.
I will admit, when they announced, oh, we're making a new engine, we're changing the formula, I'm like, oh, this actually sounds like a cool Call of Duty game. I watch it, I'm like, it's exactly the same fucking shit.
They didn't really show you anything that was different.
I'm like, wow, I got a fucking dog. Oh,
it's Modern Warfare.
Dog, I'll go play Fallout.
Yeah.
It's Modern Warfare 1.5.
It's Call of Duty Fallout Edition, really.
But it takes. But you do play as Ghost.
I really want to see though. I don't know why I keep going back to Force, but I really want them to make a smart glass feature for it that lets you design cars, like your paint job on your tablet.
I am hoping Microsoft, instead of going down the path they're going lately, I'm hoping since they've relicensed PGR, I'm hoping they go Forza 1 year, PGR the next year, Forza again, PGR. So we go from simulation to action. I think Horizon was just more of an experiment to see. I think Horizon can go more toward into what PGR is. I think
Horizon was supposed to be the arcade version of Forza.
Yeah, that means PGR can take that over.
But then what happened to the Horizon?
Horizon is just Forza should only be at our
Here's the thing. The thing that's different between PGR and Horizon is Horizon is open. PGR was never open.
PGR can be open.
So you're saying basically make Forza Horizon the new PGR?
I think to me it's just like, I don't know, every year Forza, that just seems a little boring. They should do it every other year. Forza PGR, Forza PGR, Forza PGR. I think they use combinations. That's how they use it.
You know, when you take the time to develop a game and really refine it, that's what makes a good game, rather than, you know, like Call of Duty 11, Call of Duty 12. It's like every single year. I mean,
well, they do take 2 years to make those games. Infinity Ward's been working on the next one for 2 years. I mean, the interesting fact about DLC, like Black Ops 2 DLC, that's not even made by freaking Treyarch. That's made by freaking the people who made Digital Foundry. The people in the Digital Foundry, yeah, the people that may also make the Halo map.
You talk about it's not Digital Foundry.
Oh yeah, it's Infinity. So
yeah.
Same people who make the maps. Yep.
But no, like I said, Alex, you know the cool thing about the next Kinnect I never thought of? Fuck the, Kinnect, but have you heard that people have actually tried out the new Kinnect and they actually really like it?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's...
They said the same thing about the first Kinnect. Actually, if you look at the old reviews, some people were kind of unimpressed with it first time. Some people were kind of okay with it, and then you got a couple, very few, that actually thought it was really good. I've not seen a bad review at all for this new Kinnect. I haven't. Everyone that I've seen, they say it works really, really well. And if you actually go back and watch the GT video that they have on the Xbox, they brought up some features with the new Kinnect is really cool because like the controller has an IF signal in it, so the Kinnect can actually read your controller. So the guy was like, showing off a tech demo, and the guy was just shooting his gun, and he lifts his controller up in the screen, and notices that he does that, and actually brings up a shield. Yeah, granted, you can press a button to just do the same thing, but you know what that does? That helps map that feature to that, and they can use another button for another feature. Like another one they showed off. Same game. He just moves his hand up by his right ear, and it turns on night vision. Instead of using a map on the damn controller, like instead of on the D-pad, yeah, you can freeze up a whole button for a whole new, different, unique ability, and just does it with your hand.
And since Kinnect comes with every box,
it can work like that. Yeah.
Right, you can make that.
I think that's why Microsoft's doing that too, to push Kinnect features more. And I do feel like most of those exclusives will be Kinnect-based games.
Well, like Rise already said, I think Rise when it first was announced, it was supposed to be a Kinnect-only game. Like you stood up and then you posed from the trailer anyway, and then he had like a pretend shield in one hand and a pretend sword in the other hand, and that's how you played the game. But if you go to Rise website now, they say it's a controller-based game with Kinnect features.
This is what they're going to do with it.
They flipped it. Yeah, they flipped it. So I'm guessing it's going to use a lot of that stuff that you were talking about.
And like I said, if after he's seen that and thought about that, I'm actually excited to see the new Kinnect.
It looks more accurate, but I'm still skeptical, and I'll believe it when I actually see it.
Oh, I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, dude, a lot of people are. It's like I had Kinnect 1, and it was a piece of shit. Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't think Kinnect 1 is a piece of shit. I like my Kinnect. I don't think it's very accurate.
It didn't live up to the hype, or what it was expected of it.
Yeah, I can see
That's why I was hoping, Steel Battalion, I wanted to get Steel Battalion, because I'm like, I wanted a controller for that one. But man, watching the reviews, how that works, I'm like, oh man.
Well,
After hearing that, too, I wish Fable's Journey got pushed into the next gen, instead of working on this next Kinnect. Maybe that's Peter's fault.
Oh, that was one of the titles though from the games pad. Was a Fable.
Was it a Fable?
Yeah, the tile that had the eyes on it, and then it had a character in the middle.
Oh, you think that people thinking that's the Black Tusk. That's the name of it? Black Tusk?
Black Tusk game.
Yeah, they think that's...
See, they said they don't even know if they're going to show that one off.
Supposedly it's the next Halo. God, Halo, it means the big, like, a game just as big as Halo.
Okay, I get you saying. Yeah, they saying that there's a lot on this game, like it's supposed to blow our minds or something. We'll see. I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's an action game or a show.
Oh, like if this connection, if this Kinnect works like how it's supposed to be, I'm willing to get the next Xbox for that.
Oh, Sean, the other day, or the other weekend, I should say, I was at GameStop, and I was actually there for about 2 hours talking to one of the managers, and he was a really avid, like, gamer. He was really into it and everything, and we were speaking of how 360s, or the 360 console, they don't really have that many exclusives anymore. It's really difficult to name exclusives that are other than Gears of War or Halo.
Forza Fable, yeah. Well, that's what Microsoft came out and said.
Got Halo, you got Gears.
Mainly the big games for them.
Yeah, that's the hardcore games. But then they got other games like Dance Central, Kinnect Sports, all those other Kinnect games.
Yeah,
but
but
then they also do live arcade games too, like the Ninja game.
Well, I'm just talking about overall, actual games that most.
Yeah, well, like you said, if you count the Kinnect games exclusive.
Not
load of exclusive.
Well, like not counting those, just regular games.
Well, like.
Because you could argue the same thing with the PlayStation. They have a bunch of games in their library. They have a bunch of exclusives, downloadable and actual retail games.
Well, you can't count the old games because those are old games. Those aren't old games that are on Kinnect.
Yeah, and I think they have big games in their indie scene, but I don't think they have a bunch of them. But I think they have some big. I mean, like on a year by year basis. But I think they have some. Like Journey was one of their big. That was like their big game from an indie.
I really like Journey too. Journey was pretty good.
I guess another big bad thing Microsoft does. I guess a lot of indie gamers are. A lot of indie publishers are coming out and says Microsoft doesn't care about the indie set that much anymore.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do so. They're gonna have to speak to that. Like they're really gonna have to speak to that because that's huge. I think that's huge.
Oh, I know.
Now, one of the ways they can combat that is through Kinnect because Kinnect just naturally boasts a lot of indie development, like all the stuff that they did on the PC. Like, but they need a way to get that on the Xbox One. If they have no way to get that, like if they can't just make something using Kinnect and then have someone to get that on the Xbox One, then that's gonna really hurt them.
Oh my God, I cannot believe that's in-game fucking for Forza 5. Holy God.
Ooh, where you see this at? Where you see this at?
If you go to on the homepage, if you look at introducing Xbox, and you go to the hang on, if you go to how it games, the page of Xbox Live. So if you go to the dashboard, you go to the homepage. No, I mean homepage on the Xbox.
Oh, on the Xbox.
On the Xbox itself. You see the introducing Xbox One. Go to how it games, and it brings up different pictures after a while. And the one, it shows a picture of the car's doors open. That's in-game.
Check that out. Let me check that out.
So, like, first one you see is show off your best move, game with DVR.
This is on the video or no?
No, it's like a little cutscene thing. And then, as real life, dude, and then it shows fucking in-game Forza 5 right there. It's like, holy God.
Yes.
Hey, Sean, I have to tell you something. We're on a podcast right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see this. Halo.
What's the,
under what tab?
how it games.
How it games. Okay.
If you love gaming, this is one for you. And then brings up show off your best moves. Game with DVR, easy to capture. Next picture should be it. As real life, and it shows the in-game Forza 5 right here. It's not the greatest picture in the world, but holy God. The next one's also in-game,
It's definitely interesting.
I don't know,
like that's a huge leap. I mean, that's a nice little leap right there. If that's in fact what it looks like.
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people. I think I was just irritated when they first showed off the name, like Xbox One. I think I was just negative the whole time during the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I saw all the features they said, all the things they said outside of that. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm not even getting this. But after talking to my friend yesterday about the whole situation, or the day before, he's like, really, who says none of the stuff Microsoft's saying is all testing waters to see what people say about it? Who says none of this stuff?
I really hope that's the case, that
they're
they're just experimenting and they're seeing what people's feedback is. I'm just...
I don't mind the use game fee section. I don't mind that I cannot remove my hard drive, and I don't mind that it's not backwards compatible. I understand the backwards compatible. I don't understand why I can't remove my hard drive. I don't understand the other thing I said earlier. But I do not like the Kinnect always online or always on. I do not like that.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I do not, and like I said, yet again, I know, like you said, I do not like that I gotta log in to Xbox Live once every 24 hours.
That's like martial law. That's like a dictatorship right there. That they have to watch you every second.
Well, you don't have to watch it. I think it's just make sure that you own your games and stuff, but I just don't like it. Depends on the price of the system. How about that? If it's $400 or $500, then I don't like it. If it's like getting $3 or $4, I think they're gonna do the subscription fee. I think it's gonna be $500 and then also $300 with 15 months of Xbox, $15 a month for Xbox Live Gold for 2 years. Basically a contract. I see that because they were testing it with the original Xbox. Why not do it with this Xbox?
I say 400 Yankees. But that's kind of a stretch though, because you gotta consider it comes with Kinnect. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why it's gonna be 500. It's not gonna be 6. There's no way in hell I don't think they'll do 6.
No. That's not gonna be. I could see 4 to 450, but I can't see 5 because that would be PS3 all over again.
That's why I think they're willing to do the contract thing too. But and my friend's like, why would you want to do this? You'll pay more money down the long run. That's because you know how easy it is for people to do $15 a month for 2 years, then shell out the $500 literally at once.
Right.
I mean, why do you think people do plans on phones? Instead of buying a phone, you buy a plan. Helps it a lot better. Get the phone. Maybe I'll do that plan. If they talk about that and they do the plan, if it's $100 more, as much as it sucks, I'll probably do it because, like I said, I don't have to do $15 a month.
I want to know what the AA is going to be like. One of the things, like I don't care. Like, you can even have some 720p games at launch. I'm not going to complain about that.
Oh, anti-AA thing. Okay.
What I don't want is a bunch of jaggies. Like, I just want it to look really smooth. Like,
I know.
Really
isn't that what the whole point of what the next Xbox was supposed to do, 360? Is that Peter Moore said, the jaggies are all gone.
Yeah, it's supposed to get rid of all the supposedly supposed to get rid of all the rough edges or whatever.
Right. And if they can do that, I think that would be a huge thing. If they can get rid of the jaggies and just make it really sharp and smooth, oh man.
But yeah, like I said, the PS4 is supposed to be 50% more powerful than the next Xbox.
Which is a shame.
Well, like Microsoft said, they're probably focused more on the cloud-based side for that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see twice as I don't.
Now
the funny thing is, if it's 50%, you're not going to see that for a few years.
The reason I don't really like cloud gaming in general is because you don't really own the game, and like years and years down the line, those servers are going to eventually shut down, or
No, technically you don't own the game either on your Xbox. You own the disc that has the game on it. But if Microsoft wants to do tomorrow, they can say, oh, sorry, you can't play Perfect Dark anymore. Ban it on your Xbox. Granted, you can just play offline, but...
Well, that's what I mean. You can still play single-player games. You can still play offline. You have a tangible copy of the game rather than just, digital content.
Yeah, but at the same time, you gotta realize, you're thinking of why should we live in that world? I mean, why advance certain things but keep certain things and... Yeah, why should we purchase certain items? Like, oh, I want this for the future. But let's all keep that. I mean, you know one thing that's nice about cloud gaming as a whole? Let's say, for example, remember Halo 3? Remember that one mission, Cortana, where you had to go in the flood and everyone actually hated? That's like known as one of the worst missions ever in Halo. Think about it, if that game was cloud-based, that was just cloud-based. Bungie could actually modify it again, and they can put a new version of it instead of us playing that same version. Like, okay, people, we added this over here. You can walk this way instead. That's the beauty about cloud gaming. It's because they can modify a game. Oh, that part's too hard. Oh, like, for example, Deus Ex came out, and everyone hated the boss battles because they just felt out of place.
I'll be right back.
The game. Okay. But with cloud gaming, they can easily just remove those and add new boss battles, and then bam, there you go. Just like nothing happened, everyone could play new boss battles.
Well, I think that is
Instead of, like, the Wii U version.
I think that is a good convenient feature, but they should also keep, the idea of having an actual copy of the game, depending on what game it is.
I don't know. Do you really see yourself down the road wanting to go pop in? Let's say, like, you love Left 4 Dead. Let's say Left 4 Dead 3 comes out, and it's much better than Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and yet you get all the campaigns from Left 1 and Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Do you think you'll ever want to go touch Left 4 Dead 1 or 2?
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever. I mean, if it's exactly the same game, but I can play it, I probably never even touch Left 4 Dead 1 or 2 at all anymore. It's like the same thing with Fallout 3. I mean, Fallout 3 is fun, but if Fallout 4 comes out and it completely dominates Fallout 3, I probably never even care to touch 3 anymore.
Well, it's all about... That's like saying, why would you ever go back and play an old Atari or NES game?
It depends if the game's amazing. That's one thing I love about Mario, because each Mario game is different, unique. Granted that, yeah, Mario World is better, or actually, I don't know. Like Mario 64 was an amazing game, but I still love Mario World because it played differently. I love Mario 3 because it played differently. I love Mario 2 because it played differently. I love Mario 1, completely different. Vice versa. But there's certain games out there that play exactly the same, but they improve the quality of it. Why should I go play the old version then?
While I do...
the other ones that they try to improve it, but they make it worse.
Well, while I do agree with you with that standpoint, I also think that there are certain games that will always be, special. Well, you can always go back and play them, and they're very different from other games.
For me, it's actually really hard for me to pick out a game this generation where I'm like, oh my god, I want to play 10 years down the road. Maybe maybe my Halo franchise, just because to do the story, or Gears of War. But like, for example, if I do get an Xbox One and get Forza 5, I'll probably never touch Forza 2 ever again. I'll probably never touch Forza 3 ever again. Forza 4 ever again. There's no point. It's a new version of the same game. Better. It just depends on the game. You're right, it does. But like, if the new Viva Pinata game ever comes out and it's better than Viva Pinata 1 and 2, I'm never going to touch Viva Pinata.
I'm thinking more of really unique, like single-player experiences. They're of course going to be totally different than let's say one game comes out and then the sequel to that game comes out a few years later. Of course, the story is going to be completely different. So you're going to hold on to the first game in the series.
Yeah, but how about in cloud they utilize the story into the same game? See, another beauty about cloud gaming, instead of them also making a new game, they can also utilize, like, let's say, for example, let's take Fable, for example. Let's say Microsoft makes a Fable game on the cloud. Make Fable 5, Ultimate Fable game. This is the last Fable game you'll ever have to buy like this at all. The next Fable 6. Basically, the whole game will completely revolutionize that game. So a new version comes out, it's Fable 6, but you can go back to Fable 5. Same exact, I don't know, something like that. They could do stuff like that. I understand your whole point of wanting to go back and play old games, but like I said, this generation, I have a hard time deciding a game.
Well,
none of my games right now, I feel like even caring to play at all here in the next 5 years.
No, I see what you're saying. I'm like, there is a point to where there's a difficulty to finding good games or decent games to play in this generation.
Well, because I just think this system is rough. This generation has run its course. The longest generation of all time.
Yeah, it's pretty damn old now.
Let's
see, how long did the the NES last like 4 or 5 years?
Came out in America in '85 and ended in 1991, basically in support.
Yeah, so like, yeah.
Then the Super Nintendo 91 to 96, 64 and 96 to 2001, GameCube 2001 to 2006, Wii 2006 to 2012, Wii U 2012 to whatever.
You know, oh my god. You know, it was a really long console. The PS2. The PS2 had, I think, the longest console life.
Oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with your damn aunt, man, Marshall? Fucking she'll play Spartan Ops with her boyfriend, but not play with me. What the fuck?
Man, I don't know. I don't know why you still bother with her. Like,
Yeah.
I have a heart. I don't know. I'm just one of those idiots that, I don't know.
So, Sean, on a last note, on a leaving note, what do you have to say to our viewers?
What the hell are you... what the hell is this podcast you're talking about?
It's a gaming news podcast that we're doing right now.
Who else is there?
Oh, YouTube. They're watching us.
Okay. What, is it live streamed right now?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the URL?
Here, I'll show you in a minute. Hang on.